Hey everyone, how's it going? JMet508 here, and Master Mirror is here. You know what that means? New cards, new decks, and the return of some great old archetypes. And first, I wanted to start with was Frost, because Frost was one of the archetypes that I used to play all the time. So I was like, I have to play this. Well, everyone's playing it. But so this is my take on the Frost Devotion deck. So essentially, the devotion is so that way your Oberon King will reach the third evolution to Oberon Conqueror, in which case it has Veil and deploy, create a Bronze Wild Hunt unit, and then whenever you play a Wild Hunt unit, boost it by 1, which is pretty strong. So because of that, we have mostly Wild Hunt units. Yeah, so the other golds I have is Ard Gaeth, spawns Frost on both enemy rows. That goes well with the Winter Queen, who when you have Devotion has Thrive. So you play the Ard Gaeth, and it pulls the Winter Queen from your deck. Then you have the Eredin and Osro combo, as well as Gales, to get around the Gales is kind of a way to pull through your deck because you don't have a lot of tutors or draw in monsters. So Gales, you can draw by discarding a card. I normally try to discard Eredin, so that way you don't have that armor drawback to it, and you still get the points, and it gets to go in your graveyard for Osro. And then you have Eredin, which when you have Dominance increases frost damage by 1. And then you have Nalgafar to look through your deck to find the gold that you need and set up a top deck for round 2 or 3. And then we also have Caranthir, Adastriga, and the Beast. Since we're a dominance deck, it felt correct. It seems correct to me to include Striga and the Beast, just because they get value from having taller units. And to help get us out of those tall units, we have a Force of Nature to boost the unit in your hand by 8. And actually, I want to change this, to tactical advantage to help with the dominance. Then for the bronzes, I just have 1 red riders since we have the Ard Gaeth. Having 2 felt kind of too much because this has Echo anyway, so you get it back. And then Wild Hunt Bruiser because you need the movement. This just feels good. And then the Taskmaster, because since we are monsters, we like to go tall. So you need to be able to purify those, so that way they purify units if they get poisoned, so that way you don't lose your tall units. Wild Hunt Rider for some thinning. And so actually this Wild Hunt Hound, I've been trying going back and forth on this. Because the bronzes you can kind of interchange some of them. So I think I'm gonna cut the Hound for a Drowner just for more movement, because having just 2 movement felt a little weak. And then I also want to cut that for Natural Selection. Actually, never mind. I'm gonna put back what I had before. Where is it? There it is. No, this one. Yep. So then you have the Natural Selection, and then Naglfar's Crew for more Frost to get on the board, and it boosts itself whenever you have Frost out on the opposite row to get more value. And then you have the Conqueror, because in a Devotion deck, it's a 7 for 4 that has Veil. Pretty strong. And then Wild Hunt Warrior just has some small removal, and to help keep us in the dominance position to get value. So that's the Devotion deck. I have some ideas for non-Devotion list that I haven't tested out yet, but it's really just because I want to be able to play Igni in Frost, because part of the power of Frost was people had a row stack, so if they're row stacking, then Igni can become more powerful. So that's something I want to try. Later is no devotion, but for right now we're going to play the Frost devotion list. I'll leave a link in the description with the deck list so you can check it out if you want, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to. New set, so looking forward to new decks, and I'll be posting some new deck lists. Don't know what I'm going to try next, but we'll see you in the first game. Alright, here we go. Game number 1. I played some games with this earlier, but game number 1 against Skellige. I did well against Skellige earlier, so this should... hoping this goes as well as it did earlier. So I don't really want Oberon in round 1, so I'm going to kick that for now. And I'm going to kick a second movement. I really wanted to find... what do I want to find? I don't really want this. That didn't work out well. Because now I don't really have play besides playing the Conqueror. Nothing else really seems good.
A fitting gift for our king.
I was hoping... normally turn 1 you want to play like a Wild Hunt Rider, but I guess not having it is alright. Okay, so do we want to just remove the Longship or spawn Frost on that row? So if we spawn Frost on that row, that builds some value long term, and then we can save this if they play something else, like a longsword or something. Yeah, save the gold for later. And we'll save this so we can assure dominance later. But yeah, you really want the Wild Hunt Riders. I guess one upside to not having it is in round 3 you might be able to spawn it with Oberon. See how it goes. So now... So do I play the Argaeth now? I think so. So play the Argaeth and then pulls the Witch Queen out. So thins the deck by 1. And then that's at 3, so we can actually remove it next turn if we need to. And then what golds do we have? So we have 4 golds left in deck, so I don't want to use the Naglfar because half of them we don't want to play right now.
Honor and glory.
Okay, so let's go ahead and use the Bruiser to move that to the back row. Yeah, so you move this to the back row and ensure it dies. And then I'll end my turn. Yeah. So now we got rid of their 2 engines. So we're in a good spot, I think. We still have the tactical advantage to ensure we have dominance if we need it at any point this round. Ozro's kind of a dead card right now. Gales, I don't really want to just discard any of these. So Gales, I don't really want to play here either. If need be, I'll play Naglfar. Okay.
I swear it upon the gods, I will avenge my father.
3 damage. Okay, so we don't have movement to deal with that. Because if we had another movement, we could move it to the back row. Could also play Ada and get rid of the Hammond, and so start ticking down on her. Yeah, I think that's what we have to do. Put in the back row? Yeah, put in the back. Pass. Okay. We're out of frost on the front row and don't have any more frost in hand. So I guess if need be, I could discard the Taskmaster Gales, though it feels kind of bad. We'll see what they play. If there's anything we want to purify, because I do want to save one of these when they play the Rupture card. Okay, there's their Duggar. Duggar. I don't know. Oh, sweet, the armor hit it. What do we want to do here? None of these golds I really want to play right now. So maybe I do just play the Gales in the front row.
Naivety's a fool's blessing.
Discard that. Okay, now we have Caranthir. And I'm gonna use the tactical advantage. I'm gonna use it actually here. Yeah. Give them the least amount of Morkvarg value. And this way I can pass. I should be able to pass here. Yeah, and so they're just gonna play Avalok.
It's time.
So I think I can just pass here. They're gaining. Really? That's all they're gonna do? Okay. I guess we get... Well... Oh. Well, that was game number 1. Victory. So, I'll see you in game number 2.
You shall die, worm.
Alright, here we go. Game number 2 against Nilfgaard. We're on blue coin again. And I don't dislike this hand. I do want to kick the Winter Queen and the Oberon. And I don't really want to get rid of anything else, because I don't want to risk drawing my Wild Hunt Rider. So we'll just finish there. So they're Imperial Formation. What is Imperial Formation right now? Still, Spies isn't running Imperial Formation, is it? I guess it could be. I don't know, I guess we'll find out. Yeah, my thoughts on a non-devotion list would include... Okay, well, there's that.
Now you see me. Now you don't.
Well, that's okay. Do I just play the Eager in here? It's proactive, and it gets worse as this round goes on. My thoughts on a non-devotion list would include things like Igni and Lacerate to punish row stacking more. Though, as I'm playing more Frost, I am noticing, because the Frost kind of times out after a few turns, that row stacking isn't as prevalent as it used to be against us. So I guess we'll have to see. Maybe going non-devotion doesn't add that much. It does give you options like oh, what's it called? Royal Decree, which makes, and Mata, which kind of makes things a little easier. I mean, it feels kind of bad to use this on just armor, but at the same time, Giving them that engine doesn't feel good. This deck I think struggles against Nilfgaard in general. I think monsters in general gets kind of countered by Nilfgaard. At least in my experience. Maybe I'm just playing the matchup incorrectly. Which could be the case. There's the other crossbowman. Interesting. They chose to hit there and not here. I'm not sure why. Why would you do that? I don't know. I'm just gonna spawn the frost and pass.
Truth is a shard of ice.
Then I'll probably use the Drowner to move the armored one to the back row. Okay, so you're just gonna steal my Ada? Oh, okay, so your devotion? First, yeah, okay. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, so but I'm going to Drowner that to the back row to get more frost value. And now I shut off both of their soldier engines, which is nice. But I guess they still have Imperial Enforcers for round 3. Oh, there goes my Eager. Well then, I guess that's why they stopped hitting the armor. Strange that they hit it in the first place if that was their intention all along. I think we'll go ahead and play that. And then split up some points by buffing this by 5. Because I think we don't really have a fear of not losing. And we don't really have anything to use dominance with.
Push on! No mercy!
Okay. Menno into coup de grace? No, amnesty. Should I just take this as my pass? Because I don't really want to play any of this. And to get ahead here, they kind of need most of their bronzes. I think that's the thing with Nilfgaard. Most of the bronzes don't play for that much. Oh, okay. So they're gonna play another gold from their deck.
Kill the dog diddlers!
And they're gonna play their engine. But they have to transform it or use the meter charge.
Now you stand humiliated.
Okay. So they end up not playing the Eagern. It gives me a target to eat with Osril. So that's higher than... I guess I have a 7 as well. I'm gonna kick the Osril and kick the Warrior. Okay. So they have my monster card. My Eagern right there. Okay, so just gonna play this.
Are you cold, human insect?
I want to save this in case they give disloyal to my units. Feel bad. It's round 3. What am I looking for? Oberon is transformed. Beast, that's nice. An Osril. I think I want to send back Osril. I'll send that back. Oh, I drew the Gales anyway. Oh well. Maybe I should have gotten rid of the natural selection. Maybe not. The only really proactive play I have is Caranthir into the Beast. And they did play both Amnesties already. Yeah, both are gone. So I don't have to worry about that. They priced into playing. I guess they're not going to. I'm just going to natural selection that because I don't want that to get out of hand. So move that right away. There's the Eegern. Gonna start my beast engines going. The reason why I guess I could play in the front as well, it doesn't really matter. But you always want this one to trigger first, because it'll see this one's bigger, trigger itself, and then this one will look and see that this one's bigger now, so it'll trigger itself, so it'll always bump them up. Okay, crossbowmen.
We go where the Empire has not yet reached.
Do you want to play the Oberon now? Yeah, let's play the Oberon.
Toss it onto the pile.
See what I get.
Burn it with the rest.
Bruiser. Oh, crew. Yeah, I'll take the crew.
We've caught another.
Start the Frost going on the back, and then I think next turn, because I'll probably play in the front here, then I'll play the Gaeth. Archgaeth. Start getting damage on that armor to remove it altogether. Okay, cool, they did play it in the front. Nice. So let's go ahead and play this. So Gales is kind of useless here. So they hit that. Give an enemy unit spine. Devotion, give 3 enemy units spine instead.
My generals? I would trust every last one with my life.
Okay. I don't have dominance, so I can't use that yet. So let's force of nature that. And I'll spawn it in the front. Cool. Now I have dominance. They have spying on these. I don't remember. It's only operatives, not if they have spying. Yes, I don't think they can steal that.
Now, tyranny. Yes, that's the right shout.
Do I want to play? No, I want to play. I definitely want to play this before playing Gales. So now that it's in their graveyard, I'm going to go ahead and play this. Okay. So, they have Igni. I mean, can't really play around that, can I? Okay, so they get their own copy of the beast. Fine, okay, they just surrender. Maybe it's not as bad of a matchup as I thought. I don't know. Maybe I was playing against better people earlier. But anyway, that's Devotion Monsters. So thanks for watching, everyone. New season, new decks. I'm open to suggestions because I don't really know. I guess there's plenty of decks to play and try out. Definitely want to try out Spies, Nilfgaard Spies, and some of the Northern Realms lists going around. And then I might take a look at some Skellige lists as well. Some Devotion Warrior lists look kind of good. But yeah, so thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Say hello. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.